Welcome back to the Definitely Not Biased Power Rankings. My favorite team, the Miami Dolphins season, is all but over at this point, and it looks like the Bills might get the 1 seed in the AFC. This is the worst day of my life. This is Finned Up. Let's get into it. Honorable mention to the Houston Texans. The Texans took advantage of 3 Tua Tagovailoa interceptions and a fumble and still only beat the Dolphins by 8 points. Let that sink in. I am salty, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But the Texans offense isn't very good. Their defense, on the other hand, is incredible. Now, the Dolphins offensive line sucks, and Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. feasted all game long. Derek Stingley is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and D'Amico Ryans is a very good defensive coach. I like the Texans, honestly, and I will get over this loss in a couple days, but right now I'm gonna be a salty, angry little boy because the Miami Dolphins hate me. Number 10, the Denver Broncos. And what was the ugliest game on Sunday afternoon, the Broncos took down the Indianapolis Colts 31-13. This just about solidified their wildcard spot unless something goes horribly wrong for them in the last 3 weeks of the season. They should get the 7th seed or possibly the 6th seed if the Chargers charger. Bo Nix threw 3 Bo picks and they couldn't run the ball to save their lives, but fortunately for them, the Colts offense shot themselves in the foot worse. Broncos pulled out a big win, and we will see them in the postseason. Number 9, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers took a bit of a beating in this one. The Philadelphia Eagles got out to an early lead and never really looked back. I like the Steelers, but this team is not built to come back in games, as evidenced by their 163 yards of total offense. TJ Watt also got hurt in this one, which isn't great for the team. This was a very big prove-it game for me for the Steelers, and they are a good team, but not a Super Bowl contender in my opinion. Number 8, the Baltimore Ravens. Brian, the Ravens kicked the crap out of the Giants on Sunday and you dropped them in your power rankings. I'll get to that in a second. The Ravens are still incredible. Lamar had 5 touchdowns and he and Rashad Bateman made the entire Giants defense look incredibly silly multiple times. My issue with the Ravens is the defense. Giving up 14 points isn't much, but it is when you do it against the Giants, okay? The Ravens defense should be ashamed of themselves. Number 7, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs moved up my power rankings because they dropped a 40-burger and 500 yards of total offense against the number 1 scoring offense in the league. I've been telling all you Chargers fans in the comments of my videos telling me that they are really good, but they aren't that good. This defense have been carrying a bad offense all year long, and it finally snapped as Baker Mayfield and the Bucs took them behind the shed and scored 27 unanswered points in the second half. The Bucs have their issues, but I like them. They can go on a run in the playoffs. Like, that's not out of the realm of possibilities. Number 6, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers had their game against the Seahawks on Sunday night wrapped up by the end of the first quarter. There's a lot I can say about the Packers, but what I will say is the one thing that stands out to me every time I watch them play is how good both their offensive and defensive lines are. I mean, they maul people in the trenches, man. Josh Jacobs is running through 10-foot wide holes. It's incredible. Go Pack, go. Number 5, the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings in their all-white uniforms with their all-white quarterback room absolutely dismantled the Chicago Bears. It was a slow first half for the Vikings offense, but they found their footing in the second half as both Aaron Jones and Cam Akers had 1-yard touchdown runs. The Vikings defense had Caleb Williams running for his life all game long, and this was a solid but boring victory to stay on pace with the Lions. Shout out Randy Moss for battling cancer. Love you, Randy. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs beat down on the Browns in Cleveland 21-7 in what was a pretty boring game, but for the first time this season, the Chiefs covered the spread. Biggest thing coming out of this one is Patrick Mahomes had a high ankle sprain as he got all twisted up in the fourth quarter. At the time of me recording this, there is speculation he will play in their game against the Texans, but nothing is definitive. I, for one, would find it hilarious if Patrick Mahomes didn't play for the rest of the season and backup quarterback Carson Wentz took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl for their three-peat, just like how Nick Foles did for the Eagles way back when Carson Wentz got injured. That would be true poetic justice. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have officially won the battle for Pennsylvania this year. Apparently, all the chemistry concerns between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts were highly exaggerated as he had 8 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. Saquon had a pretty pedestrian day, but they didn't need Superman Saquon in this one to win it. The Eagles are real close to taking my top spot in the NFC. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. The Lions are down to McDonald's workers and janitors on the defensive side of the ball, and they still almost beat the Bills. A lot of people have and will continue to criticize Dan Campbell for this onside kick attempt down 10 with 12 minutes left in the game. but I get it. Lions defense did not stop Josh Allen once in this game, and giving him the ball back probably wasn't the best idea in the world. Another bummer, David Montgomery most likely has a season-ending knee injury, and so the backfield will only be Sonic going forward, which is a real downer. Lions still number one in my heart. Number one, the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, the Bills beat the Lions, and Josh Allen had another incredible game, and they're number one in my power rankings. Whatever. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, be sure to check out some of my others, and I will see you next time. I love you all. Bye.